I hope everybody's having a great Friday the 13th, wherever you're at. Thanks for tuning in. And I apologize because I have my windows open, so the dogs will probably be barking sporadically through the video. Well, Girl World is on fuego, on fire, because of the LOL podcast yesterday with Yaba and FFG, who did a great job. I have to say, with exposing Chantal. And I mean, they just scratched the surface. They didn't even get to majority of the issues with her. It was a great podcast. So I guess in retaliation, Chantal decided to post a response to the live stream yesterday. And that's what I'm going to react to today. So let's get into it.
About the YouTube Underground and Rage Potato FFG being on Lolcat Live. Just gonna put it out there. Keem, you really ran a circus, a clown show. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. You have no idea who these people are. So
the only circus that's going on is you, Chantal. Not everyone else. It's you.
You're gonna learn today, okay? First, I just want to say, okay, my entire point, as usual, what I said, as usual, was completely misconstrued.
Here we go.
I've said a million times that I was mad at myself about what happened. I shouldn't have allowed myself to go up there, and I shouldn't have allowed you to look at my pictures. You probably would have done it anyways. The fact that kid behind the camera is taking, a gleeful joy and is laughing at the fact that he tastelessly was the one who distributed my picture.
First of all, nobody is distributing your pics. You, Chantal, are the one that posted these pics on, from what I can see, multiple platforms on the internet. Not the pic that they looked at, but there's other pics of you that you posted. I don't believe just to OnlyFans. I think you posted them on other platforms. So you have nobody to blame but yourself. Stop trying to paint this like it's revenge porn, because it's not. That's not the scenario here. Stop trying to be the victim, because it's not going to work.
Even if it was on my OnlyFans in the past, that's my opinion. I don't think it's right to do. To a woman, I don't think it's right.
To a woman.
And
excuse me, so then in your eyes, then it would be okay to do this to a man? That doesn't make sense to me, Chantal. Stop trying to pull the woman card, because it's not going to work, because you're a hater of women. So pulling the woman card doesn't work in your case.
Part of me feels like you guys don't give a shit about that. And that is why I didn't think that I would be good for the show, okay? Nothing personal, whatever. Do you, all right? At this point in my life, I'm not the person I was that these people go up on panel and bring up. I'm not that person
anymore. She's 100,000 billion, quadrillion, whatever number you want to use, that person. Proof, she did the 4-hour rage that she dirty deleted and all the vile, disgusting things that she said. And that proves that she is that person.
I still swear a lot and I still sin, whatever, but I've moved on from that part of my life.
I still sin, whatever, but I've moved on from that part of my life. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. She's speaking in riddles.
I'm 40 and it's just not a headspace. It's not entertaining for me really anymore. I thought that maybe it would be, considering my past and, my...
So see, she thought, because she's a fan of that show and she knows how that show is, the banter, the joking, that sort of thing that they do over there on LOL Cows, just people hanging out, dudes hanging out, whatever. She thought, that she could be a part of that. And she just admitted it right here because of her past. But I don't think she liked having her past thrown right to her face and everybody laughing about it. I think that's her issue. She didn't know that she was going to be basically going to be the butt of the joke.
the status as a lol cow, whatever. I really don't feel like I am a lol cow anymore. I feel like I don't really do much. I'm kind of boring now, but whatever. I eat and hijab. I travel, do things around Kuwait, whatever.
You travel and do things around Kuwait. What do you do around Kuwait? You haven't done anything. You have done absolutely nothing around Kuwait. I mean, the only consistent thing that you've done, probably more than anything, is to go visit the diseased camels in the desert dump. That's the only thing that you do.
My point is, I'm not surprised at all that this is, I knew this was going to happen. This panel, this blah, blah, blah. All right. My haters are piranhas, and any opportunity, they're going to leech off of it. And that's kind of what you guys are doing. So anyways, and let me use this analogy. In the court of law.
Oh, here we go.
There's a judge, which
Chantal Thoreau Esquire. Okay.
Would be you, Keem, because it's your show. There's a defendant, and there's the opposite side of that. There's the person doing the accusing, then there's a defendant, and you really.
So she had to actually type in plaintiff because she's so uneducated that she didn't even know what the word was. She had to probably Google it and then put it in later. LOL.
Listen to one side and we're like, oh wow, that's insane about everything they said when it was pretty much all lies. Like, number one.
First of all, it wasn't all lies. FFG and Yaba were 100% truthful in everything they said. And not only that, this is all provable by your own uploads, Chantal. It's all provable, everything that they said.
I'm dying of laughter because I knew if FFG and Yaba, being the disgusting fat cowards they are, went on any panel, they're not going to cam up. Please do me a favor.
See,
please.
This is the only place she can go to. And Fat Cow Channel, she did a great job at kind of giving her analysis, interpretation, opinion about it. And Chantal is so intellectually stupid that she can't intelligently go after somebody in an argument. The number one thing that she goes for is the looks. You know, if you're fat, she, talks about that. The way your face looks, she talks about that. If you have hair, she talks about that. That's the only place she can go. She's not that intelligent.
Ask them to cam up the next time they come on. This is what FFG looks like. The fact that they say that they talk shit about my behavior is bullshit. There's nothing to talk about now.
Sure.
They have the nerve. I heard Yaba say that I bully her. I bully her. I bully you? Look at her channel. Do I have thousands of videos on these women? These creatures? No, I don't.
You know why you don't,
No.
Chantal? Because you've tried it before. You've tried to do reactions. You suck at it. You can't do it. Even if you wanted to create a reaction channel, you don't have the personality or the wittiness to speak. Like, what are you going to do? Just talk about somebody's looks for an entire reaction? That's all you do. So, of course, you don't have videos about other women because you can't do it.
What I do is I defend myself and match their energy. These people have been bullying me.
You do not match their energy at all. Nope.
Years.
Sorry.
I mean, I consider the source, so it doesn't really hurt my feelings. They're cowards. They don't cam up. Show your fat faces.
Why? Even if they did, even if like from this point on, they started to cam up, Chantal, what's that going to do? What is it going to do? They're still going to have the same opinion about you. It doesn't matter if they cam up or if they don't cam up, Chantal. Don't you get that?
It's unbelievably hypocritical and hilarious to me that Boogie, who's bigger than me.
Oh my!
I'm
Looks
349
again.
pounds.
Wow.
I've weighed myself in Thailand. I've weighed myself at the doctors. I've weighed myself several times here, but they say it's a rigged scale. There's always some kind of bullshit with no proof. Okay.
First of all, there is proof. I believe Pete's prove that you rigged the scale. So there is actual proof, Chantal. Shut up.
If that's your entertainment, just a believing stupid shit for whatever. If that's what you're into, fine. But you must know some things about these people too. Okay. First of all, Yaba is a scab of YouTube. Her skeletons outweigh mine any day of the week. I'm trying to think of some things that they accused me of. I never smoked crack in my life.
No, excuse me. No, you smoked meth and you have the scar on your lip. that shows it. So, you know, I don't know if you did the rock, whatever, but definitely the method, you 100% partook in that. Cut it out.
First of all of these things that they're talking about were from more than 3 years ago, or about 3 years ago, okay? This guy, she's saying that they say I chased around. First of all, I went through, and it's all documented. Go look up Sam's Bar Lounge video. Actually, I'll play the clip for you.
No.
Let's go.
Okay, first of all, woosah, woosah, woosah. Why are you playing this video in your video, Chantal? This Sam's Bar Lounge video has nothing to do with you at all. So I find it completely disgusting that you are using another woman's, how do I put this, violent experience, which this completely is, and trying to show some type of proof that you were abused. What are you jealous, Chantal, that she was abused and you weren't? That's what this kind of seems like to me. Disgusting. I'm going to try to fast forward through this part.
To charge him because he was abusing me, just like you saw in that video.
You lied about it.
Look,
I'm not going to say, I don't know what went on in the relationship between her and Skeletor El Scammy over there. He probably maybe did slap her here and there. I don't know. He seems like the type. But the abuse that she described, I don't think that actually happened to her at all, because she wasn't in a relationship with him. She was the one night stand that wouldn't leave and basically chased him all over the place. And he used her like he probably, you know, he's that type of guy. Of course he did. He used her. So yeah, Chantal, this is, like I said, keep on digging your hole. You just make yourself look worse. That's all.
I talked about everything he did to me.
Wow.
He gave me STDs. He financially abused me. He emotionally abused me. He was cheating with hookers, which is how he gave me an STD, and I didn't know. He beat me.
First of all, let me just say this. I'm not a fan of Skeletor El Scammy in any type of way. But if he wants to file a lawsuit for that, Chantal, I think he probably could, by saying that he was doing that. I don't know, Chantal. He seems like the type that might. I hope he does, actually.
Cigarettes out on me.
Please,
and the fact that
prove it.
They're just up there. That's what they do. They're vile. So to say that I'm the vile person when they're literally victim shaming somebody who's been in an abusive relationship. So what happened was,
you were not in an abusive relationship, Chantal. You even admitted that you lied about it. You retracted your police statement, all of that. Come on, Chantal. And if you were being so abused by him, why did you chase him for like 2 years? Make that make sense. Usually, and like I said, I'm speaking from a place of experience. You don't chase your abuser, Chantal. That's not how this goes down. Please.
I was in love with this person, okay? And then he became abusive. They're not abusive right away, you know? I fell in love with this person, unfortunately. And
After
I
one
never had
day?
experience with being in an abusive relationship in my life before like that. You know, I've always been, before that, I was in like 14 years of like, with decent people. I mean, I've had some bad apples here and there, but nothing long term. So, he's a narcissist abuser. So, he's vile. He's actually in court right now for, SA of an elderly person. So
First of all, I'm not going to even call May elderly. I don't even know how old she is. But I can't believe that you are bringing her up in this video because you were the one. I believe this is part of the reason why you're even in Kuwait, because you didn't want to be a witness in that trial. You gave him basically a false alibi, Chantal. It's on video. So why are you bringing this up, Chantal? Like I said, you're bringing up other women's experiences of abuse and SA and all this kind of stuff, and you're using it for yourself. It's disgusting. Pig.
The person he's with now, as you've seen, is abused. They believe that the elderly woman could be abused, but not me, because they hate me. So
No,
anything
it's
to fit their
not.
narrative, right?
Chantal, it's not because anybody hates you. Like I said, a lot of people do hate you. And there's, certain people, yeah, they have every right to hate you. I am one of the people, and I'm going to keep saying it. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate you. But they're not lying about you, Chantal, at all. And that's what you hate. You don't like being exposed.
Now, I went to the police station and I never filed a false report.
Yes,
Prove
you
it.
did.
You have not
Prove
seen the
it.
report.
It's on. What do you mean prove it? It's on video, Chantal. You said it yourself. You said that you embellished the police report. You said that yourself. So I'm sure somebody's going to roll the beautiful bean footage and prove it.
When I wanted to retract the report, I said that I told the police that I was mentally ill and I wasn't remembering the facts correctly and I was exaggerating them, which was not true. Actually, the first
First
time
of all, I don't even know if this is even admissible, is it? I have no idea. A text. This is the actual retraction request email that they didn't accept it right away. Yeah, because I think you have to go in and actually physically write something, Chantal. I don't even believe this would be admissible. What are you doing?
the report, everything was true. Everything.
Lies.
I don't even know why I'm bothering defending myself. This is like the only video I'm going to make about this. And then...
she talked about he burnt her with cigarettes. Does anybody remember ever seeing cigarette burns on her? I don't. At all. Nothing. And if she was burned by cigarettes, don't you think she would have shown that? She would have used that, at the times when she was mad at him and tried to throw him under the bus. She would have shown us all, the bruises and the cigarette burns and, things like that. She didn't show any of that. Why? Because it didn't happen.
Keep having your clown show. I don't care. Whatever. I'm moving on with my life. I don't like talking about this person
Doesn't seem
anymore.
like it. That's a lie. You talk about him every I'm not going to say every day, but I'm going to say that at least once a month this individual Skeletor El Scammy is brought up. And I think the fact that you do not have him blocked, I think on different platforms says a lot. And I think the fact that he continuously makes videos about you and you don't strike his channel and things like that says a lot. So, yeah, if you have to return to Kuwait, you better hope he's not in prison.
And the whole 2 years that I was going through this, they were making my life hell with their reaction videos, with their victim shaming, just being disgusting.
Please.
So, FFG wants to talk about doxing. There's actually screenshot proof. And somebody is going to send it to me. In her Discord, she doxes people, and she's gotten her Twitter banned many times for doxing people. The dox that she's talking about was years ago, and she was using a Google burner phone, which she even admitted to using a burner phone number. It wasn't even her real phone number. And she got into a tiff with this.
Oh, no. Oh, there's a dog walking by, so they're going nuts. Hold on. I'm going to pause. My neighborhood has so many dogs. Once they hear a dog walking by, like if they have like little charms on their collar and they hear that, they start going nuts. So I'll wait till this passes. I apologize for this. Oh, look at the neighbor's dog is barking now too. Okay.
Guy that I was with, the abuser, and he basically was like, if you love me, go after her, blah blah blah, kind of thing. And I of course took his side. I was completely blinded.
Please.
But she was very invasive. She was very invasive.
She wasn't.
With her videos about the situation. She was just very disgusting.
No, she wasn't. She was trying to help you, Chantal, and I believe it was probably around the same time that I was trying to help you as well. Mr. Snowflake kind of has shown that in the video. In one of his videos, I can't remember which one it was. FFG did nothing wrong. She was trying to help you as a woman that also had survived a domestic violence type of relationship. She was coming at you from that angle. But what did you do? You stabbed her in the back, doxed her, and you gave her number to the abuser guy, who then in turn started to threaten her and tried to come and find her, threatening her and like all of that stuff. Chantal, please. This is all provable. I don't even know why you're on here lying like this.
And
Unbelievable.
so I showed messages and I held the phone up and it accidentally showed her number.
Accidentally.
And I felt bad about
Oh,
that. It
yeah.
was an accidental dox, and I even offered, it's on camera, to change her number and pay for it.
It doesn't
They ignore
matter.
that, though.
See, it doesn't matter because this is why it doesn't matter. You can say I offered to pay, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter because once you show the phone number like that, Chantal, a phone number is easily traceable where you can find somebody's address, any information out about them. So once you did that, yeah, I don't blame FFG for forgiving you for that shit at all.
So, anyway, these women are deplorable. They're worse. They're 100 times worse. They project. They're gaslighting. Their audience are just a bunch of zombies
Sounds like you, Chantal.
because they hate me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Mom, they hate me. They're mean to me. They're bullying me. They all hate me. I'm the victim. They hate me. Shut up, Chantal.
They lie to their audience about everything. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Okay.
What do you even, at one point someone was talking about, Yaba was talking about McDonald's. Like, what the fuck? Where is, I want proof that I give all my money to him. Because what you don't know is that before I met him, he had his own place. Like, he was established here.
Yeah, he's not established there. He lived in a dump. What are you talking about? Established here. Get bent, Chantal. We all saw his little hole in the wall. Probably, it was rat infested. I digress. Rat, remember there was a resident rat in the drains or whatever? Yeah, Chantal, come on. You're portraying him like he's this established, professional, making a lot of money, Arab guy and all. It's not. That's not the situation, Chantal. We've seen it. It's provable. Shut up.
Look up the laws of Kuwait, okay? If you're smart people, you cannot live in Kuwait as an expat. He's a Syrian expat living in Kuwait unless you have a job.
First of all, he's not a Syrian expat, Chantal. He's a Syrian refugee. Okay, that's two completely different things. He doesn't have legal status to be in Kuwait. Kuwait took in, I can't even remember the number, but they took in a certain amount of Syrian refugees when the civil war broke out over there, Chantal. And not only that, you don't even know who this guy is. Like I said, I've always had this weird feeling about him, as far as his connection to the rebels and things like that, because when she first started talking about, or like kind of exposed him, his Facebook page was filled with all that, I don't want to say it's the rebels, ISIS, jihadist, all that propaganda that was on his Facebook. And then all of a sudden it's deleted. It's no longer there. You don't even know who this guy is, Chantal, and why he wants to come to the Western world. I don't know. I don't trust him. You shouldn't trust him either, but you're a dumb bitch.
You need a work visa. All right.
Please.
So he has his own business.
And you know what? And whoever is going to say, oh, you're being Islamophobic. No, that's not Islamophobia. If on his Facebook that he deleted had rebel jihadist crap on it, yeah, calling a spade a spade.
This partnership with a Kuwaiti and some other people. He has to have money to be here. There's no homeless people in Kuwait for that reason.
Yes, there is.
All right.
There is homeless people in Kuwait. You can actually Google it. Yes, there is. Please.
He had his own place, bachelor, whatever. He had his own car. He still has his own place in his own car. Because yes, I have debts.
He still has it. Did she just say he still has his own place and his own car? Did she just say that? So he still has that apartment. That explains where he goes then. It wasn't his apartment in Salmiya, and that's what she said in the video, like from a few days ago, that he was at his place in Salmiya. So he still has that dump, that hole in the wall apartment. And you probably rented this apartment to look like a big shot. Oh my God, you're a loser, man.
I'm taken care of with my YouTube income, which, by the way, Social Blade is wrong. It's not $500 a month.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Please,
it's not 500.
You think I would be on here for $500
because
a month?
she makes more than that, because I make more than $500. I'm not going to say how much I make, but yeah, she makes way more than that.
I don't give him shit. Like, we're married, and anyway, it's not anyone's business. Keem, do you give your wife money?
What?
I'm sure people say the same thing about you. And Boogie, too. Do you think Desi is with you because you're good looking? You both have money. You both have clout. So why are you shaming me for that?
So wait a minute. First of all, what do looks have to do with anything with being with somebody? Unless you're a superficial asshole, which apparently you are, Chantal. Not only that, did you just admit that you are giving Salah money? Because that's what it kind of sounded like, Chantal. You just admitted that you're his cash cow. Bloop. Dumb.
Anyway,
She's stupid.
it's all false shit. So the things that you're like, yeah, get her over, it's not a win that you think it is, because it's all BS. You know, I have done some pretty outlandish things years ago, like I said.
Years ago.
And since reverting to Islam, I've been struggling with completely changing as a person. But you don't know how sociopathic these women are, especially FFG.
But see, that's the thing about a religion, though. If somebody fully gives themselves up to their religion, it wouldn't be the case like that you're trying to change as a person. It would organically happen because the religion, the scripture, the word of whatever religion you're in organically changes you into something. It's not you're trying to be. That's why everybody says this is a cosplay, Chantal. It's fake. You can't fake being a Muslim. It's not going to work. And every time you do a video like this, it proves it.
Of course I threaten legal action. And you know what this woman does? Just watch one of her streams. There's no talent. There's no camming up. It's just sitting there pausing the spacebar and fat shaming me when she's got 12 chins herself.
Please.
All right?
FFG, it's not even like I won't even say it's a talented individual. FFG is naturally very witty, very smart, very funny. It's not even a talented thing. This is just naturally who she is. You're just jealous because she has better charisma than you, Chantal. That's all. Please.
This woman is Danny DeVito, Batman from Batman.
Oh, here the looks again. That's all she has.
She has no place. Make her cam up, please.
Chantal, what do you think you look like? Do you think you're like the Lord's gift to, creation, like to all of us here? Like, what are you talking about? I would love to take a peek into your brain and see through your eyes how you see yourself, because what do you see? Come on. Unbelievable.
Just do it. She won't do it. At least I show my fat self, right? So anyway, this woman is insane. I travel regularly to Canada because, that's where I'm from and my family.
You travel regularly to Canada when the only time you travel there is when you need to do a visa run or you go to collect some Christmas gifts, which I think is probably going to happen in the next few weeks.
She, on my live stream, would take note of my backgrounds, the stores in the backgrounds, and she would then drive down to my hometown where I was, go to stores.
That's a lie.
That I shop at and show them a picture and ask if I shopped there, just for content. So, for example,
first of all, that's BS. The first one that stalked somebody was you. You sat outside some apartment building where you thought she lived at and waited outside for her to come outside. You're the first person that did that. And as far as FFG going to shops stalking you, that's not the case, Chantal. You're a liar. Like I said, all of this is easily provable. Wow. Crazy.
I always smoked weed. In Canada, it's legal. Here, it's not. But when I would go back to Canada, I would smoke. And I went to a dispensary, and I didn't tell anybody about it because why do I have to? Why do I have to tell you what I'm doing every minute of the day? Why would I tell people?
Because you know why? Because you come on camera and you're clearly baked out of your mind, and then you would deny it when people would ask you in the live stream, Chantal. That's why. That's why you probably should admit what you're doing, Chantal. And especially what I find completely disgusting is she's doing this all in the name of Islam while wearing a hijab. Yeah, disgusting.
I don't know. So they suspect, she's high, whatever. I don't know what the point of that was, but who cares? So she thought to prove it, she would stalk me and drive from Montreal to my hometown, more than an hour away, about an hour.
So what, are you the gatekeeper to Cornwall? Like nobody can travel to Cornwall, Chantal? Shut up. You sound stupid.
Go to the dispensary with her psycho ass, show a picture of me and say, did this woman shop here? Almost costing someone their job. But I'm the
First
crazy
of all,
stalker.
how you almost cost someone their job, not the other way around. What are you talking about? You are so weird. You were like the weirdo. Like, yeah, you're a weirdo.
All right, yeah. So she's what she keeps holding over my head is this whole I doxed her fake Google number years ago. That was years ago, and it was an accident. And I offered to change her
Please.
number. So what? What now? Anyway, there's so
You know
much
what I
more.
find like infuriating about this? It's just the narcissistic behavior here is she has an excuse for everything, and everything that happens is either an accident or it's somebody else's fault. It's just amazing to me to watch like a narcissist like in action. And it's like all of us that have experienced a narcissist, know the signs, know the things that they say, know the gaslighting and all that kind of crap. And to watch it and her not realizing what she's doing is fascinating.
And to sit here and accuse me of being a doxer, but in the next breath, Yabba Scabba is gonna laugh at the fact that Marty
Yeah, but scab.
targeted my mother, who had no dog in this fight, no horse in this race. The shit he did to her was awful. In the middle of the night, when my mom was sleeping, because she has a life and she needs to work, would send escorts to her home.
Where on the corner, Chantal?
Dangerous shit. Like things that only people who are inbred would laugh at. It's funny that
Oh
you call me
man.
Funkle. Like what even like something a 10-year-old would laugh at. Like my mom after my uncle and that. There's literal proof of who my dad is online. Easy.
How? Did you get a DNA test? Because that's the only way that it's like literally provable, Chantal. A photo doesn't prove that he's your father. So you might want to get a DNA test.
I can't. I can't. I'm sorry, Keem. I can't with dumb people. I'm sorry. But if
Keem?
anyone is
What?
inbred,
Are
yeah,
you
but
like on a friend level with Keem, you think? Get out of here, Chantal. You're dumb.
it's you. You are straight from the movie Deliverance. You rabid chipmunk hillbilly.
Please. I think, first of all, fuck you in the hillbilly remark. I think Yaba's actually quite pretty. I think FFG's quite pretty. Chantal, to me, you have a pretty face, but I think you're ugly because of your soul, your personality.
You sound inbred. You look inbred, huh? Chantel. You're
Wow.
projecting. I've proven this.
Man, you know what? You should come to the United States. Come to all those states over there that got that accent like that. They would love to have a word or two with you. I dare you, Chantal. Come to the United States.
So many times that I don't pay for shit here. I pay for my debts back in Canada. By the way, Wings, you're wrong. Maybe do some research. But I cannot escape my tax debt. I can't just run here and be like, I'm not going to pay Canada. No, that doesn't work that way. You have to pay taxes. And because Kuwait doesn't have a tax treaty with the U.S. and the YouTube is a U.S.-based company, I have to pay taxes. So no, I didn't run away from anything.
Wait a minute. What? Yeah, but how much of those? First of all, you're not a United States citizen, so I don't even understand that, number one. But if you are paying taxes, you're only paying a certain percentage because it's a U.S. company. So I don't even know how much that would actually, what the amount would work out to, Chantal. But come on, you ran to Kuwait to escape your taxes. I heard it was up to 3 years of taxes. You've been tax evasion for 3 years, as well as not being a witness in the SA trial of Skeletor El Scammy. That's what I believe, at least.
I ran away to escape shitty stalkers,
Please.
but also I
The
fell in love with
trial.
somebody and moved here. And if he was wanting to milk me for YouTube money, he would want me to do the show. Make it make sense. I told him how much you guys make on Lolcat Live, and potentially I could make just as much. Because look at the views I'm bringing you. If I were to engage on a regular basis with this lowbrow shit, please.
First of all, you know
But he
what's
said,
going to happen, and a lot of people said it. Not even the reactors like me, whoever was in the chat. A lot of the people that watch our channels said they're not going to raw dog you on his show. So even if he did put you on a panel, they would watch through our reaction channel. So Yeah, the views might have been initially high yesterday because everybody was there for the pig roast, if you catch my drift. But I don't believe that if you got put on a show, the viewership would be at the same percentage, Chantal. So you're wrong.
Ever. Because he cares about me, my mental health, and my journey to
Please.
becoming a better Muslim. And
He cares about your mental health and your journey to becoming a better Muslim, but yet lets you behave in this way, lets you wander the streets at midnight in Kuwait, stuff in your face with McDonald. Yes, yet he cares about you. Make that make sense, Chantal. That guy does not give a crap about you, Chantal.
trying to build a newer audience on
Please.
different content, travel content. I have a lot of videos up of me traveling back and forth to Canada, Kuwait.
Please.
Very interesting if you want to watch those.
They're not interesting at all.
He would want me to do the show if he didn't care about me. And all he cared about was money. He doesn't need my money.
Yeah, he does.
To live in this building, you have to show your bank account and show that you have money and that you have a job. To get a car here, the same thing.
I mean, that's probably how it is in the entire world, Chantal. Especially like within cities. Yeah, you have to have proof of income to receive certain things. Duh. Is that a flex,
There's
Chantal?
no
Jeez.
proof, is my point, of any of these baseless,
We don't need
rumors.
proof. We
And I
don't
find it
need physical proof. All we have to do is watch the dynamic between you and Glitter Tits, Chantal. First of all, there's no way you're boning. That's like a given. But when you guys do go out and things like that, it's like you almost have to ask permission to get something to drink. We know he has your money. We know that you're giving him your money. So stop playing.
because Yaba's with someone who's literally gay for pay. But whatever.
Wow, really? Okay. How do you know
So,
this? Homophobic much?
The fact that someone like FFG, looking like she does, look shames me it calls out my behavior. What behavior? Me eating on camera. When they do eat like that behind the camera. Because this bitch claims to eat pineapple. And she's
Oh my God, the pineapple. Oh my God. The pineapple. First of all, Chantal, you're an idiot about the pineapple thing. Everybody knows what that was. You want to take it like as a legit thing? Go ahead. First of all, Yaba and FFG will be the first to tell you that they're fatties and they like to eat. Neither of them have come on their channels and said that they're skinny queens. So shut up, Chantal. It's like you have a moot point.
Look, the last time she cammed up, this picture, 2 years ago. What do you think she looks like now? She's
Who
like Dorian
cares?
Gray.
It doesn't matter. FFG and Yaba could be like 1,000 pounds apiece. I don't think any of us would actually care. We watch their channels for the entertainment. We watch their channels for the community that's in the thread of people talking and all of that kind of stuff. It's beyond that, Chantal. That's what you cannot comprehend. It's beyond that now. It's beyond you. It's not, like I said, people go to these channels and the live streams not for you. It's for the community within there. So shut up.
I'm sorry. No way. Make her cam up. If she's gonna talk shit, it's only
Wow.
fair.
It's all about looks. Unbelievable.
I'm just saying, before you just accept it as truth, do a little more research into the people you're letting on your show. And that's what drives them nuts, and that's why they hate. Because I'm
Yeah.
trying to be a better person. They don't have that old me that they can drag when I was in an abusive relationship, when I became addicted to drugs, which I don't find funny. I don't find
You
that
know
funny.
what?
So,
Many of us that have been in abusive relationships don't use that as an excuse or some type of weird type of flex, Chantal. Only people, this is what I've learned in my years on this earth, is usually people that talk like that. So you using, abuse, I was abused, or somebody bragging like you that you have all this money and, stuff like that. Typically, it's not true. And you're trying to flex with nothing, Chantal. Just stop. It's disgusting.
FFG was in a very similar situation. So I don't know why she's even
Which you made fun,
talking.
which you made fun of, dressing up like FFG with blood dripping down your forehead, because one of the experiences that FFG had with her abuser was being hit with a hammer, and you literally came on a live stream. I think it was a video or a live stream. I can't even remember because it was so a while ago. Making fun of that, making fun of somebody who was abused.
About someone else's abusive relationship. She was with someone who was worse than Nader.
Yet you
She
made
was in an
fun of
abusive
her.
relationship. Actually, if you go on Kiwi Farms, FFG,
Why? Why are you
also
talking
known
about
as Anne
this?
Marie Feldman,
Why would you do that?
has 9 evictions. 9. And this bitch wants to talk
First of
about
all,
my...
do you see right there saying, like, even though FFG's name has been out there, what she did right there, I consider a dox again, because Chantal has new people, you know, in and out of her channel all the time. And she purposely did that for the new people, doxing somebody again. Unbelievable.
financial situation
Wow.
that I have nothing to show. You sit there in your lonely, smoky apartment, sounding like you have stage 5 emphysema,
Wow.
smoking out your dog, and stolen cat.
Oh, here we go.
Nothing.
Are we going to talk about the cat?
Nothing. You still have the shitty van you had when you stalked me 2 years ago. You still have...
So now she's doxing the type of car that FFG has. I don't even know what kind of car FFG has. There's another dox. But you don't dox people? Okay.
a computer with no web camera. I really don't understand where you come off. You sound like a huge fat hypocrite that you are. Like, and before they bring up again, oh, she's an abuser. This is her next thing. If she can't get me on the doxing her number 2 years ago, which is why she says she's going to forever make videos.
That's not why.
It's the cat abuse.
First of all, it's not the doxing. That's part of the reason, but that's not the doxing, Chantal. Like I said, FFG has every right to hate you and to go after you like she does. It's not only the doxing, it's the making fun of her abusive relationship. It's having Skeletor El Scammy basically go after her, threatening to harm her, all of that. It's the stuff that you said about her mother that died of cancer. There's a lot of things. I think FFG has every right to go after you the way she does.
I've been on YouTube since 2017, and these people have seen me and my pets for years.
There we go. The cat
I've been
portion.
an amazing pet owner. I would never hurt I would kill myself. I would cut my arm before intentionally harming my animals.
I mean, that
Hey, everyone. So
I mean, the arm coming off might happen through diabetes. So that's still a probability for you, Chantal. Maybe an arm, a leg. I don't know.
some songs that I sing regularly to BB Junes, to my friends about BB Junes, and they all think I'm nuts. So, the first one is...
Please, what is this
And
crap?
I guess it's true. She's amazing. And I guess it's true. She's a girl. And I guess it's true. She's amazing. What she can do.
But yet you were ready to put her to sleep because for some peen, right? Isn't that right, Chantal? You were ready to... What did you say to that one person? That they put dead cats in a bag. They don't bury them. Isn't that what you said about BBJ?
With those legs. That song was called And I Guess It's True. The next one is a cover, a cat cover, I call them.
Shit?
I used to listen to the song Candy Girl.
Please.
I think it was
I need to fast forward that.
2004.
Listen to that shit. Sorry
And I
about
had a
the
5-year-old
language.
cat. Now, the older cat, when cats get older, I'll put some insertions here since Xylee knows it all, and said
Okay.
that cat's nails don't grow.
Let's see what this is. As cats age, their claws grow more rapidly than before, and they're harder to shed. Problems begin when claws aren't trimmed often enough, or the cat doesn't use an adequate scratching surface often enough. Well, I mean, that would be the case, Chantal, because like I said, I've had elderly cats, and I've never had that problem. My mother's never had that problem. In fact, anyone that I've known that has, elderly cats has never had that problem with their claws because the cats were given some type of tree or whatever for them to scratch their claws on. Obviously, if BBJ is a house cat and is unable to go outside and scratch her claws naturally like on a tree or something like that, you didn't provide the cat with proper things for her to scratch her paws on. That's obviously true, right?
Faster.
Animal
Yes, they
abuser.
do. Yes, they do. Elderly cats' nails grow faster, and you're going to hear the story again because you keep accusing me of abuse. So
Please,
fuck you.
you
You
are.
listen to it.
First of all, nobody's accusing you of abuse. The veterinarian said the cat was abused. There's a difference, Chantal. Like I said again, there's evidence of the abuse. Please.
Because they stop scratching and grooming when they're very old and
That's
near
not
death.
true.
Okay, like the aging process. That's why my younger cat's
First of
nails
all,
were
I believe if BBJ stopped grooming herself, it was because you were not giving her the treatment for her kidney issues. As cats, that are elderly tend to develop, with age. And you knew that she had this issue, but yet you were not taking her to the vet to get the proper treatment. So that is animal neglect and abuse, Chantal. That's probably why she wasn't grooming.
My cat's taking a shit right now because she doesn't. Anytime she hears the word FFG, she goes for a shit. So,
Lame.
now I was planning to travel to Kuwait to get married. By the way, this bitch likes to talk about my fake marriage. You can't live together in Kuwait unless you're married. So, but
Please.
she literally invented a whole ass saying she had a lumberjack boyfriend. Yeah, okay. A poster she probably kisses because her face makes men sterile. There's no way. Anyway, so I was planning to go to Kuwait. I had a roommate, Pete. He was going to take care of the cats. He lived with me at the time. Was going to Kuwait for 3 months.
Pete, who has some mental issues of his own, who at one time was like in a severe depression, wouldn't even leave his room and all of that. This is who she left the cat with. Okay.
Okay, that was how long the tourist visa was. So while I was in Kuwait, I video chatted Pete every day to check on my pets. If I was neglectful and didn't care, why would I do that?
Please.
If I was a neglectful pet owner, the SPCA came to my house 3 or 4 times, at least 3, but I think it was 4, to check on my pets. Every single time, no abuse, no neglect. They left.
That's a lie. Lie. I don't know how many times the SPCA came to her house, but they came to her house and they didn't open the door, and they posted something on her door. They didn't open the door. The one time, I believe it's the one and only time, because she was away in Kuwait and Pete's opened the door, SPCA came into the house and they had it. I think they got a ticket. I don't know. It could have been a ticket or just a written note or whatever, that they needed to clean the apartment. Now, there's another time where, during this time where Pete's was videotaping around the apartment and it actually showed the filth. There was cat shit all over the floor. So come on, Chantal. Like I said, all of this is easily provable by video that's available on YouTube. Like, bad liar.
And they did that because trolls called, because they listened to this outrage from this bee that I wasn't feeding my pets. I don't even know
You
where it
weren't.
comes from. They pull it out of their ass.
You weren't. Pete's, there was no food there. Pete's tried to look for the food. And this was the time, like, when you were trying to say that BBJ was on the verge of death and all this kind of stuff. Everyone believes, and I think it's probably true, that you purposely didn't leave any food there while you went away to Kuwait so that the cat would starve to death. In fact, one of the viewers of Pete's channel actually Ubered over cat food for the cat so he could feed the cat. So shut up, Chantal. All of this is provable.
Anyways, about a month and a half in, I called Pete's on video, and I wanted to see my cat BBJ's nails because they had been cut shortly before going to Kuwait. Now, I know they need to be done usually every 3 weeks. A month would be like pushing it. So that's why I was checking. He picked her up, showed me the claws. They looked okay. They looked a bit long.
She's a liar, man.
I think, I couldn't really tell. He couldn't tell either.
She's
because
such a bad liar.
There was a lot of hair, but they didn't look ingrown or anything, like from what I could see. Sam's fine. My other cat, my younger cat, because he scratches. So, when I came home from Kuwait, I didn't check her nails right away. I was preoccupied with dealing with all the online bullshit.
She's full of crap. She was preoccupied with getting high and probably chasing Skeletor El Scammy. And during that time, if you go back, I don't even know if the videos are still available. I have to look. You could hear BBJ in the background crying, probably from being in pain. And Chantal would sit there, baked out of her mind, stuffing her face on a live cam while the cat was suffering in the background.
Dealing with moving, I had like a month to move, pack up my whole house, move to another country, trying to decide stressfully what's the best option for my cats? Do I rehome them? What
That's
do I
a
do?
lie.
Bring them
You
on
were
the
going to
plane?
kill
You know,
them.
like,
You weren't going to rehome those cats. You were going to kill them. Maybe, I think Sam was probably the only one that you were going to rehome, but 100% you were going to put BBJ to sleep. 100%.
I had a limited time to make decisions.
Please.
So eventually, after about maybe a week or so being home, I checked her nails, and they were ingrown, like they were ingrown into the pads, because she wasn't scratching or anything. And Sam's nails were not ingrown. So if it wasn't because she was elderly, how is it then that Sam's were fine and hers were not when they were cut at the same time? You know? And immediately when I saw that, I felt horrible. I felt like shit. Okay?
Liar.
So I made an appointment with her vet to get her taken care of, and I was deciding.
You made an appointment with the vet because it was an end of life consultation. You've said that on multiple videos, Chantal. Stop lying. I have no words.
What to do with her, because the last vet appointment she had kidney disease, she had all kinds of
did
issues,
nothing.
arthritis issues that like an elderly cat would have.
Yeah, and all of that is easily treatable, Chantal, which you didn't. You didn't treat any of that. You just let the cat suffer.
And I thought it would be cruel, maybe to rehome her with all those issues, and she's been with me for so
What
long.
is this? Apparently, when I'm not even going to say that, FFG stole her. She didn't steal the cat, Chantal. You willingly gave the cat over. Took her to the vet. She had a UTI because she had kidney disease and didn't get to take her to the vet myself before she snatched her away for clout. First of all, FFG did not snatch that cat away for clout. Like, getting clout from a cat, okay. FFG saved that cat.
If the vet examined her and recommended that it would be in her best interest to be euthanized, then that's what I was going to do, possibly. I didn't even make a decision yet, and this FFG loudmouth bitch was already shaming me for that. And here's the kicker. This hoe euthanized her 2 dogs in the same year.
Here we go.
Nobody questions that, though. Nobody questions that. So this psychotic bee...
First of all, FFG didn't euthanize the dogs. And if the dogs were euthanized, there was a reason for it. There's no vet in North America that's just going to euthanize an animal because the owner comes in and says, yeah, I want to kill this animal. That's not going to happen. It was done for a reason, and because the vet decided to do it, Chantal, not FFG. Get out of here, Chantal.
I ended up deciding to rehome her if I could find someone eligible with experience with elderly cats. If I didn't care, I would have just shipped her to anyone. So somebody messaged me on Instagram and kept messaging me. I was ignoring it at first, and they were like, I would really like to take BBJ. They sent me a picture of a house, probably not even theirs, because I asked to see their living conditions, which if I didn't care again, she said, I have experience. I'm a sick person. I have experience taking care of elderly cats. All lies. It was all a decoy of FFGs. This person's a psychopath, I'm telling you.
No, she's not. Get out of here.
To come and get the cat. So
what she did was she
put on a fucking disguise, hid behind a snowbank.
She didn't put on a disguise. She had a puffer coat on. How's that a disguise? I think in sunglasses, possibly. I don't even know. That's it. That's not a disguise. That's probably normal attire for winter in Canada.
My house, had her brother come and get the cat, saying it was the husband of this woman that I trusted to take my pet. The pet I've had for 20 years, and she literally stole the cat.
She did it.
And then she milked it for content and money.
She did not.
And
money?
She keeps milking it.
First of all, where did FFG make money off the cat? Nowhere. FFG, if anything, FFG raised a lot of money for a charity for animals, but no, FFG didn't make money off that cat.
Calendars of the cat. She's like, I stole your cat. She rubs it in.
Which she gave out for free. So how's that making money? Get out of here with your lies.
She, just likes to rub it in there. And I'm the vile person, though, right?
You are.
I've never done
because you're lying
shit
right
like that
now
to anybody in my life. Never. I've said some bad shit when I was drunk.
Please.
About my abuser and his current girlfriend. Yeah, I did that. But
first of all, that's not all you said, and I don't know. I've said this before. I've been drunk a few times in my life. I've never gone on a rage like that. I believe most people don't. Alcohol is a truth serum, Chantal, and what happened is the truth came out, and that's who you truly are.
No. So, yeah, she did that. So, and in the messages between me and this lady, I said, I'm going to take my cat to the vet. And she was like, no, I'll do it. I'll do it. Don't worry. I said, are you sure? Because she has embedded nails and I need to take care of it. And she was like, no.
Okay, FFG, I know you probably can get those messages. Is there a message in there that says Chantal admitting to the cat having embedded nails? That's a lie.
Okay, I'll take her.
It's a
Now you
lie.
know why? Because she took the cat and she went into the vet and she said, I got this cat from a very badly neglected
How do you
abuse
know what she
situation."
said?
And of course, that's what the vet writes up on the report, right? They see the nails without knowing the
So
whole
now
context.
you're calling the veterinarian a liar for putting in that report. I like, a veterinarian is not going to write falsities in a report, Chantal. Stop it. If there's actual abuse that occurred to the animal and you could visibly see it, that's why the vet probably wrote it in the report, not based off of what FFG said, but based on visibly what the veterinarian saw
Behind it. So the fact that they say I'm an animal abuser based on this incident, it's ridiculous. And I don't care at this point if people want to think that of me.
Well, okay, then let's just push that aside. You're an animal abuser because of what you did to Julia, having the open wound like you did, and we all have the pics of it. Letting her lick her wound because you felt uncomfortable with the cat wearing the cone, Chantal. Come on. Another animal you abused, Julia.
People who know me and love me know that I take care of my pets. I've loved my pets all those years on camera. And I continue now. My cat, I showed you, my cat's very well taken care of. So it's just a smear campaign. It's personal. You ask these people if they would ever just let it be bygones. And they're like, no, I hate her. That's your motive right there. She has every motive in the world to be a lying sack of shit. And she's going to literally just keep her mouth running herself right into the fucking jail. I'm telling you. It's going to happen.
For
or a civil
what?
suit. I mean, I have so much.
Why do you threaten suits and jail and like all this stuff? None of this is going to happen. What's FFG going to go to jail for? For what? What has she done? If anybody's going to go to jail, it's you. It's probably going to be a Kuwaiti jail.
On her, that it's just ridiculous. Like, so please know what you're doing before you have these idiots on. I don't expect anything more from this show. I wouldn't expect anything, at all. Like, you're taking the word of somebody who's a complete psychopath. Shaming me for my finances when she literally was evicted 8 times. Can you imagine that? Lolcow Live. I've never been evicted. Imagine
what do you mean? Like, what is she? It's like she's almost like it's almost like a child. How she said Lolcow Live, really, Lolcow Live. Like she's trying to convince them with her bullshit. Like a child. Unbelievable.
Evicted, going to court for even
so
once
what?
Is a lot. So
first of all, I believe during that period of time where those evictions occurred, it was during the abusive relationship that FFG was in, where she literally didn't have control of that situation. That's why a lot of those evictions occurred. I mean, so what? So what? You have bankruptcies. I think multiple bankruptcies. I think that's far worse, Chantal, than evictions. Besides that, Chantal, you don't even have the credit to rent an apartment on your own. You had to use Pete's credit to get an apartment. So you need to shut up.
Times and all the documents, court versus Anne-Marie Feldman, court versus
So
Anne-Marie
what?
Feldman, all on Kiwi Farms. Yeah, I'm a messy person. I am weird.
You are.
I can laugh at myself, but
apparently not.
The OnlyFans.
You can't laugh at yourself because LOL Cal proved it. You can't. You don't like when people laugh at you as well. Please.
Part of my past that I'm not actually comfortable with, and I didn't realize that till after I was on the show.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually threatening anybody with the FBI on the Lolcow Live show. If I threatened anybody, it was the person distributing.
Nobody's distributing photos.
Yeah, there's probably nothing I can do about it. And
first of all, nobody is distributing photos. I don't think anybody wants those photos, number one. And number two, those were photos that you yourself posted online. Nobody is distributing them. The only one that distributed the freaking pics is you. So you might as well call the FBI on yourself, idiot.
Go ahead, like, revel in the fact that you're a shitty human being for doing that to somebody trying to move on from their
Oh,
past
man.
and shaming them for their private parts.
First of all, you know what that show is about, Chantal. Cut it out. You, like I said, you've been trying to get on that panel for I don't even know how long. Even in your current channel that you have now, you've talked about the show multiple times. You're in their chat all the time, Chantal. Cut it out. You know what that show is about.
I mean, they're nudes. Like, it's just insane to me. When I'm sure that kid behind the camera, Wings, Boogie, all of you probably, Tina, you probably don't look any better naked. Okay,
Here we go with the
so
looks
just
again.
take yourself down a notch. And the fact, what does that tell you? The fact that I knew she wouldn't show her face. I said, there's no way that FF Gunt is going to go on panel. And Scabba, Dabba Doodoo, they're not going to go on panel because they're not going to show their faces. They're cowards. She has the nerve to say
How
that.
is that being a coward, not going camming up? Come on. Like, I don't even get the issue with this. Even if they cammed up, like I said, and we're 1,000 pounds, who cares? Who cares?
Weight loss journey. Losing weight is not easy, Boogie. You should know that. When you have an eating disorder, documented eating disorder,
here we go.
And food addiction, and being fat doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person that you should strive to be better than yourself.
First of all, nobody talked about your weight on the live stream, the LOL live stream. Keemstar, anybody on the panel. Nobody talked about how you looked. Your looks weren't discussed at all. Looks or weight, none of that, Chantal. So what are you talking about? Maybe you're the one that's insecure about it because you keep bringing it up. Nobody else is bringing it up but you.
We all have issues. By the way, Yaba's history is even more darker than that. You should look at her Kiwi Farms thread. Her and her wife have bullied somebody with mental illness.
Oh, no.
They deleted themselves. I'm not saying that's the reason, but it didn't help. Her husband came on camera announcing her death because she was defending me. They went after her and ambushed her, and she already had mental illness.
Nobody went after her. Nobody ambushed her. This woman was clearly having issues. She was coming online drunk, intoxicated, probably drugs, I don't even know, defending you, Chantal. Nobody went after her or ambushed her. Chantal, stop doing this. Like I said, you're using other people's stories of abuse, other people's stories of mental illness, and you're trying to use it for your own sympathy. It's disgusting. You need to stop. This, like I said, you make yourself look worse. You think you're like defending yourself here. It's not. This is not defense of yourself. It's BS.
Her name was Little Mama. Her husband came on. She had 5 or 6 kids she left behind. And he was crying about it and saying, hinting that the bullying didn't help.
And let me just say, that's not the only unaliving that has occurred under Chantal's belt. There was another person that OD'd under Chantal's belt. So, yeah, what about that, Chantal?
Believe it. So Yaba and her wife called the funeral home to make sure that she was dead.
So?
Yeah. Lovely people you have on your panel talking about how I'm evil.
So what if they called? I would rather them call the funeral home to confirm it than come on camera and then talk about somebody that hasn't passed away. Chantal, there's nothing wrong with them calling the funeral home to confirm the death.
Yaba has kids with an actual pedophile. Oh, her baby daddy, it was recently found out because of leaked court documents that he was a pedophile. He was arrested for being caught in bed with his pants down.
Please.
With a 4-year-old child.
This is why I find this disgusting, because Yaba has children. You don't know if they're, on YouTube. They probably are. I don't know the ages of her kids. I think they're young. They're probably on YouTube. And for you to continually talk about this is you're no different than the pedophile victimizing a child, Chantal, because you're victimizing the children that are still here constantly, continually. So it's disgusting that you continually use this story as a weapon. It's disgusting. You're the abuser.
And when he was being arrested because he was on meth, and she has the nerve to say that I'm a crackhead.
And not only that, the child that was the victim in this case, Chantal, every time you bring this up, you're re-victimizing that child again and again and again. Even if the child doesn't see these videos now, later on in life, it's a possibility that they might see this. You're just re-victimizing the child. You're no better than the pedophile. You're exactly like the pedophile.
You had kids with a meth head
Wow.
and a pedo. He had a heart attack and died.
Disgusting, man.
So after they knew about, she didn't know, apparently. She's saying that he was a pedophile. Fine, that might be true. But the hypocrisy is that this woman has called me a pedophile before. Anyway.
You are. Like I said, you're no different right now, re-victimizing the children by talking about it as far as pedophile goes, as well as on the Omegle being hot for a 15-year-old boy, Chantal. And then I believe there was another 19-year-old that you were talking about. I think you slept with. Wasn't it an escort or something? It could have been a made-up story. I don't know. But you were, talking about that, bragging about that. I don't know. That seems kind of like groomer pedophile behavior.
After he passed away, her and her wife wrote this man a glowing
So
2-page
what?
obituary. A Nobel Peace Prize winner wouldn't even have such a glowing obituary.
First of all,
look,
and I've said this before, I don't care who it is. It could be a serial killer. Their family is not going to include the crimes that they committed in an obituary, Chantal. It doesn't work that way. So I don't know why you keep bringing this point up. There's still children involved. They're not going to put that in an obituary. You're just sick. You're sick, twisted, disgusting.
there are tons of reaction channels reacting to these clowns. These women are big lol cows, so I agree you should have them on your channel as lol cows, lol cow queens, but they should cam up before they talk shit, okay? FFG looks like Tina. Tina looks like what FFG will be in 20 years. And Yabba's a rabid chipmunk.
What do you think
hillbilly.
you're going to look What do you think you're going to look like, Chantal? I'm 52. I look younger than you. What do you think you're going to look like? You look older than me at 40. What do you think you're going to look like by the time you're 52? Not like I do. You're going to look toe up from the flow up.
They wrote him a glowing obituary. They put the child, the victim, the child's name in the obituary. Is that not sick? Or am I
Why
dreaming?
would you
Is
say
Twilight
that?
Zone or
Wow.
what?
There you go. She's re-victimizing the child again and doxing the child. She's literally doxing the child. Chantal, you are a succubus.
And furthermore, when everyone was talking shit about her baby daddy, her current wife,
I'm like biting my tongue right now because I know I've said some curse words in this video, but her saying what she just said right now, doxing that child, and it's a dox. She might not have said the name of the child right now, but there's creepy, crazy assholes that are going to go seek that obituary and seek that child's name to find out who that child is. You are disgusting, Chantal.
They've made a tweet saying to put some respect on the man's name because he was a war veteran. I don't give a fuck.
Of course you don't. You know why? Because you probably have never had anyone in your family protect the country, Chantal. That's why you don't give a fuck. You have no respect for country or its military, Chantal. That's why you don't give a crap. Please.
So if that's not completely dismissing the fact that he's a PDF
That's
file
not
and
dismissing
asking to
shit.
respect a PDF file.
There's children. There are children involved, Chantal. Don't you get it? Maybe you don't because you hate women and you hate children.
But yet you complain that I fucking defend Cyrax?
You
I never
did.
defended Cyrax for being a PDF file. I didn't really know fully the whole lore with Cyrax.
The lore.
All I kept seeing was popping.
There's no lore. It's a fact. He's a pedophile, number one. That's not the only person you've defended as far as like disgusting behavior like Chantal. Karate Joe is another one. Saddam Hussein is another one, Chantal. Skeletor El Scammy is another one. Your fake husband, Salah Glitter Tits, is another one. You have a history of defending men that do atrocious things to women and children. You have a type, Chantal.
That this guy Marty was live stream after, and like Wings even said himself, he told Marty, like, hey, like, cut this shit out, you know, because he does the worst. He goes really, really low.
So that's
and
his
that's why
thing.
he did it all on live stream, what he did to my mom. And he incriminated, because he can't get me here. He incriminated himself, and I had to call the cops. They got the FBI involved.
Do you see what she just said right there? He can't get me here. Okay, Chantal, then just wait till you get back to North America. We'll see what happens then.
That's what happened. Fucking right.
Man.
All I said was one comment, and he couldn't handle it. I was talking about how I can't stand Marty, which I'm apparently not allowed to have that opinion, because of how he kept going after Cyrex. Like, we get it. That's all I said. Now that I know more about the lore, okay, fine, whatever. Whatever. I don't even have an opinion, and just whatever. What he did is gross, yes, of course.
You defended Karate Joe then. What about that one, Chantal? What about him? And you had like a relationship with him outside of this YouTube platform. Chantal, what about him? You defended him as well.
But anyway, I didn't write him a glowing obituary. You know, I didn't make a tweet saying put some respect on his name. Did I? No, but you did that to a PDF file. The one that you had kids with.
That makes no sense.
So before you come on panel and hide behind an avatar, you big fat cowards, just know that your skeletons are a lot more than mine.
No, they're not.
Especially in the past 2 years. I haven't done anything, like, other than tell them to F off.
I don't know. Like, when it all comes out, I think you probably have been doing a lot of illegal activity in Kuwait as far as marriage scams, immigration scams. I don't even know why you're going to Thailand. I mean, there could be some mule scams, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Going on, transporting certain things from Thailand to Kuwait. I don't know, Chantal. I have a feeling that eventually all of your skeletons will come out.
I call them, see you next Tuesday. Yeah, that's not nice as a Muslim to do. And when I came on panel, I was more mad at myself for giving permission for people to view my picture as a Muslim. That's my whole point.
They don't need permission.
I felt violated because people were looking
First of all, they were nice by doing that, number one, and they were protecting their ass by doing that. They don't need permission. They could look at those pictures all they want because they're on the internet. You posted them on public platforms, Chantal. Shut up.
Which I think is just gross.
Please.
But that's my opinion.
Then don't post your coochie on the internet.
Well, I have a right to feel that way.
No, you don't. You have
I'm not
zero
pursuing
rights.
any legal action or anything stupid. That's all lies.
You
I
said
never paid
it.
to be on the show. That's a lie.
First of all, you said that you were, and you were setting it up that you were like the victim, almost like I forgot. Was it Boogie that said it? Somebody who said it. I can't remember yesterday. Almost like in the way of the Me Too movement, that you were victimized by a man. You know, like trying to pull the woman card, Chantal. You were trying to set it up that way. And then when it didn't work out for you, now all of a sudden this video comes out. You're a shyster. You're a scammer. You're a fraud.
Also, I asked if it was, I didn't beg for money. I asked if it was a paid thing, because if you want me on the show regularly, like I had, what's her face? Links asking me if I wanted to do some shows on the Queens. Why would I do that for free? Like,
you know what she reminds me of? I don't know. If a lot of you have ever been in the entertainment industry or knows what goes on in the entertainment industry, a lot of times celebrities don't get paid for certain things they do. It's kind of, they get paid in different ways. Chantal reminds me of Monique. If you remember when that movie came out, I can't even remember what the name of the movie was. Precious. And Monique refused to do the promotion in Europe for it because she wanted to get paid. And what ended up happening is she got blacklisted because she refused, to do it because she wanted the money. And it doesn't work like that in a lot of, interviews and things like that. You don't get paid. You get kind of paid as far as like your promotion. Things will come later on to you. And the promotion is what you need to, to get a jump start in order to get paid. This is how it works, Chantal. You don't get paid to be on a podcast. I don't even think celebrities get paid to be on a podcast unless it's like specifically in some type of contract. Then they will get paid. You're an idiot.
Sorry, but if you have to put up with Tina's loud mouth, would you not want to be paid? Friggin' right. So, anyway, I'm just moving on. They want my attention so bad.
Even, let me just say this, even like my son, like, would do promotional things and wouldn't get paid, but he gets paid like with product and things like that. So it, like, I don't understand why you think you are like at this type of celebrity status, Chantal, where you deserve to get paid just, for your presence. Get out of here, Chantal. Get far away from me.
Just have to not give it to them. I have to learn that.
Dumb.
And I just wanted you to know who these people were and that pretty much everything they said was bullshit. What is this shit about? You sounded so stupid, yeah, like you're not funny. Like,
Yes, she is.
These people have children. It's embarrassing. I can't imagine. Like,
and their kids are probably cool. Yaba's kids, with her, the way she jokes around and stuff like that, Yaba's kids are probably funny as hell. I wouldn't mind them, being around my kids. As far as FFG, she's funny as hell as well. Please.
What the fuck they're gonna turn out like with parents like this?
Please.
I'm sorry, but I would
Successful.
be mortified if my parents were online bullying fat people all day and
bullying fat people.
Making
Oh,
funkle jokes.
poor baby. Bless your heart. You're being bullied.
And talking about her finances, sex life, whatever, with no proof of anything.
No
You're not in my bank account.
Oh, wait a minute. No proof of sex life? Is that what? Oh, there you go.
Your fat ass is not in my bank account and never will be. So keep speculating, but we all know that you had to buy a 7K printer on credit.
So
and
what?
To dox people? You threatened to dox your entire...
Those 7K printers are expensive, Chantal. And, a lot of times people will buy items like that, Chantal. This is how much of an idiot you are, to increase their credit rate, Chantal. What are you talking about? At least they're not stupid like you and buys a 2016 Kia with miles on it used and was still paying for it in like 2016 Kia. Get out of here, Chantal.
List of people who bought your merch, your shitty Temu tumblers, so shut the fuck up. Anyway, before I swear even more,
You're stupid.
I need a swear jar. My point is,
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm weird. I mostly did a lot of story times. Talked about my life very openly before. I'm not that person anymore, so...
You are that person. Look, it's only a matter of time, like I said, before this all blows up, and then we go back to that, Chantal, no hijab, all that, the story time. Like, I cannot wait, because I know this is going to happen when he eventually kicks her to the curb, and she has to return to Canada. Imagine the stories about, oh, he abused me. Oh, he wouldn't let me, spend my money. Like, all this kind of crap's going to come out. Just watch.
Covered up now. I don't do any of the crazy things that I used to do. But if my husband was with me for money, he would want me to be on the show. And he doesn't. He doesn't think it's good for me with the direction in life I'm going now, the person I want to become, and he's right. And it's not about control. It's about what's best for me. He's my husband. He looks out for me. Whatever.
Please, you're so money hungry, Chantal. You would love to do that show. There's a reason why you're not doing it. I don't know, maybe because you don't want all the other information to come out about you. You don't want to be put on blast that way. There's a reason, Chantal. Come on.
More than proven himself to me since, and he's a wonderful providing person.
Please.
And what they say about the money just doesn't make sense if you look at it in that perspective, that if it was about money, he would be pimping me out to your show.
He's pimping
100%.
Chantal, he's pimping you out now. You're just too stupid to realize it. Come on.
So, I came on your show. I partook in the behavior that is not my life anymore, and I regretted it, and I was mad at myself. Your show is what it is. Keep doing you, whatever. But that's just my opinion. Passing around a woman's genitalia and laughing at it just tastes really bad for a man to do. And yeah.
First of all, I don't like. What do you think? Like, men don't pass around pictures like this. They do. I don't think it's bad. This is what a man does. I'm not saying all men do this, but I mean, it's refreshing to see this behavior, like in the climate that we live in. I say pass around the pics, boys.
That's just my opinion. So that's, yeah. Also, there's a lot of reaction channels who react to these two sows. The Gaining Ground, Yo Mama is hilarious. You should have him on your show to roast these women, but he probably won't want to, but you should watch his streams.
You know what's funny? Yo Mama seems to have a big mouth on his own channel, but then he was in the live stream yesterday. Seemed kind of like a little wuss. Really wasn't in there at all. Pussy. Meow.
What else? They're bigger lolcows than me at the end of the day. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I will not be entertaining these idiots anymore.
Yeah, you will. You're going to do it again. Watch. I'm sure you will.
I watched what I saw. I watched on Hekate's daughter's stream, and I was actually surprised that it didn't trigger me.
That's a lie. You sent them $5, Chantal. Come on. You were in their stream.
Like, they had no... The things they were bringing up are so stupid. There's no proof. There's no base for anything. There is.
There's proof all over the place. Archives. Proof.
It just goes on, you know. But I did show you some proof of their degeneracy.
You didn't show
and
anything.
Their ugly mugs. And I suggest that they cam up. Because, again...
Oh, God. Here we go with the looks.
If you are going to talk shit about people's looks, you 100% should cam up.
Nobody on that panel talked about anybody's looks. Come on. That's the only thing you're stuck on, Chantal. Like I said, your ego has been shattered because they didn't want to look at your punani. That's all. They called it fair? Ugly.
You know? So that's something I have on these idiots.
Nothing. You have nothing.
I'm not ashamed of myself.
That's the problem.
I don't have low self-esteem, honey. It's funny.
You do. You have the lowest self-esteem I've ever seen, man or woman. Chantal, come on.
It says I need attention and I have low self-esteem.
You do.
Which you don't even have the self-esteem to show yourself on your own
that's
live
not
streams.
See, that's where you're mental, because showing yourself on camera doesn't prove that you have self-esteem. Chantal, you need to go to therapy. Showing yourself on camera proves that you have low self-esteem because you like the attention. That's all you want is the attention. You feed off of that. Come on.
How do you do reactions without your face? Loony.
What does that have to do with it?
Unbelievably hypocritical. Anyway, I'm done talking about these tards. I just don't.
Wow,
I can't.
nice.
I don't have the time of day.
You do.
And that's even saying something because I really don't have much going on in my life, but I'd rather sit with my thumb up my ass than entertain these people.
Does Salah smell that after? Please.
More productive for me. So I'm going to go back to doing that.
Okay, so that's the end of this video. I mean, all this video has proven is that Chantal does indeed have low self-esteem. And it does prove that her ego was shattered because men didn't enjoy looking at her box and they made fun of it. That's all this proved. So anyways, until she posts again or something else interesting happens, I have Christmas shopping to do today. I'm gonna go do that, and everybody have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.